Hey, it's Chris here. I'm just at the train station, waiting to catch a train to London. I've just finished a part of my program, which made me thought of something useful to share with you. If you're someone who has a physical fitness goal that you want to achieve, and you're relying 100% on a personal trainer to help you achieve it, you're probably going to fail. And I'm going to tell you why in this video. I'm going to tell you how to stay focused. So by having a personal trainer, what it does, it removes the ability to strengthen some traits that you need to put inside yourself or to strengthen, which is willpower, motivation, discipline, determination, and drive. So what happens when you turn up to a personal trainer or fitness class, it's the same thing. The personal trainer or fitness class is going to be your willpower. They're going to make sure you get motivated. They're going to create you a plan, or they should create you a plan, which is going to help you stay driven and make sure you finish the session. So what also happens is when you are with them for enough time, and hopefully they're good, you create an emotion attachment to it. And if something was to happen to this personal trainer or this gym session, say they might come ill or move away, stop personal training, or something happens and it just stops, you also stop, and then it creates a spiral effect and you end up going back to square one and not knowing how to get back to where you want to be. So is it bad to get a personal trainer? Absolutely not. It's probably one of the smartest things you could do, because it's not your job to be a personal trainer, and it's very good, or fitness class, one of the two. It's very good to have someone who is an expert in that field, and by doing so, they help, because you want to have a balance between having a personal trainer and doing it yourself. They will guide you, they'll motivate you, they'll create a path, they'll help keep you accountable, and they'll keep you in check to making sure you're doing the right things when you're doing it and how you should be doing it. But also on the side, you've got to make sure you're doing it yourself so you can strengthen them 5 traits, the disciplines, motivation, willpower, and the other 2. So there's 4 things that you should focus on, and this is what I do for myself and I tell all my clients to do. If you're at the beginning level, first of all, you've got to figure out where you are, what sort of level you are within fitness and what sort of level you are with health. If you're at the very beginning, we're talking about the people at the beginning, then you've got to go through 4 stages. One is ease yourself in. Second one is increase the intensity. Third one is fear the session. And the 4th one is find something you love. And I'll go through them now. What happens when someone's at the beginning, they will end up normally going to someone who's real fit, who's going to push them really hard, or they end up joining a class that's too hard and it's too much of a high level for them. And once they've completed, or they join the class and they do it, they find it very hard and near on impossible to keep up with the other people, and they can't. The session ends up making them feel sick, and subliminally in the back of the head or consciously, they just don't want to go back because they don't want to feel the embarrassment of not being able to keep up, or they feel like it's just far too hard for them to continue, and they stop and they don't try again. So what you need to do, you need to find something that is a beginner's level, like really beginner's level, and join the beginner's level, or find a trainer who's willing to train you at a beginner's level. And then when you go through the steps, the first step is ease yourself in. The ease yourself in, it depending on how unfit you are or how early stages you are within the health and fitness levels, it takes different times. So it might take you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And I do it myself. If I've been out of training for some time, I'll put myself through these stages. Now, what you do with ease yourself in is you just get your mind and your body understanding that you're training for 1 hour a day, every day for 5 days a week. And this training could be as simple as walking, swimming, cycling, nice, steady, not breaking a sweat. If you're doing it in a gym environment, get yourself in the gym and just do not stop moving for 1 hour. If you are huffing and puffing, like say you're walking for 5 minutes and you can't continue because you're really at a beginner's level, then by all means have a little rest, but get yourself back into it. But creating it very easy, what it does, it gets rid of the cobwebs. It gets your bodies prepped for training hard, because if you're not training for a while, your body's not ready and it's not prepared to be having a big impact of training hard and solid. So after the weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks, however long it is, you got to go to the second stage, which is then increase the intensity. And the purpose of this and the aim of this is just to try and get your heart rate up and keep your heart rate up to a high level for an hour. Now, when you first start this could take You know, you could do, say, a high intensity class or some high intensity, whatever it may be, for 10 minutes, and you might be huffed and puffed. Then you got to relax, just rest, let your heart rate drop down for a little bit. This is the first session when you start increasing intensity, second stage. And then, so you rest for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, depends how unfit you are. You go back into it and you try it again. And each session, you just try and increase the amount of time that you can keep your heart rate up. So if you could only do 10 minutes before, you go for 12 minutes, then you go for 14, 16. And then when you get up to 20, you can jump to like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. And this is every session. This second stage, I would do between 4 to 6 weeks. So spend 4 to 6 weeks increasing intensity to the point where your body's used to taking a pounding and a beating, and you've also psychologically probably start enjoying it now because you should be at quite a fit stage. The third stage is fear the session. Now this is the hardest part and it's the longest part, and it's exactly what it says on the tin. So when you do a session, when you're about to do a session, when you know what the session is, if you've got that little fear inside you, that fear is probably telling you that it's going to be probably a hard session. Knowing that it's going to be a hard session is going to put you out of your comfort zone, so it's going to make you feel uncomfortable in the session for a period of time, but you're mentally prepared for this now because you've trained so much for it. You are going to change. There's a great saying someone said to me once, and it's always stuck in my head. If you do a session right, you'll see the results the same day. Okay, I'll repeat that again. If you do the session right, you'll see the results the same day. And by doing the session right, obviously you have the structure of the session, but also the intensity of the session. And if you can feel a session at minimum of 3 times a week, you don't have to do 5 times, just 3 times a week, each week, your body's going to change every week, as long as it's paired with the right nutrition. But that's a story for another day, and that's another video. So then you increase the intensity. You feel the session, and you do this and you keep doing this until you've got to the point of no return. You've got to the point where in your mind you're never going to go backwards. It doesn't mean you're at your end goal, but this could take up to 6, 7, 8 months of fearing a session. So 3 times a week you fear the session. 2 times within that week you just do a nice, easy, steady session to keep your mind and your body understanding that it's going to be working out 5 days a week, 3 hard sessions, 2 easy sessions. If you are in a position where you're fit enough that you can do 5 theatre sessions a week, then by all means do so. And then the last stage is, once you've got your body to the point of no return, and you know you're not going to go backwards, and you've lost enough, or say it's weight loss you're trying to do, and you've lost enough amount of weights that you want to, and you know you're not going to go back, you can go to the last stage, which is find something you love. There's so many different types of ways you can do fitness. There's going to be a fitness that you enjoy. The only reason you don't enjoy fitness is, one, because you're probably not fit enough to do it. So when you try and do the fitness, let's say for example you try rugby, if you do rugby and you're unfit and you try and do it, it's just going to put you off because you don't have the fitness to enjoy it. But if you're fit enough to enjoy it, then you enjoy rugby. So if you're not fit enough to do it, then get yourself to a fitness stage, then try different fitness activities until you find one that you enjoy. I'm going to pause it because the train's coming. You're probably not going to hear me. That was probably the world's quietest train. Anyway, so high production video, as you can see, trains running through, having to pause, but good value, and you can put this stuff in straight away. So yeah, find something you love, and then once you found something you love, it just becomes a passion, and it's something that you look forward to. You look forward to the training rather than fearing the training and think, oh, I have to train again. And if you don't know, just keep trying different things until you find it. And you've got to give them time. So don't just try it once and I don't enjoy it. Because if you're not good at something as well, you're not going to enjoy it. So if you're not good at rugby, you're not going to probably enjoy it. But if you try it, if you do rugby long enough, say for like 6 weeks, it'll give you an understand how good you might be and how much you enjoy it. And it could be different things. So, netball, hockey, swimming competitions, CrossFit, bodybuilding, there's endless, judo, but I won't go into too much detail. So now you probably think, how are you going to implement that into classes if you want to just do classes? So the way you start, number one, is ease yourself in. You don't actually need to go to a fitness center or anything to do this. You just need to actively do something 1 hour a day for 5 days a week. So you can do it outside, or if you do join a gym, just jump on a treadmill, 3 different machines or 4 different machines, and get yourself moving for 1 hour. And then what you have to do is go to the next level, which is stage 2. And to go to the next level, you are going to need a bit of help. So you're going to need the support of a fitness class, but try to find a beginner's class that's going to raise your intensity. But then also make sure you train by yourself with the knowledge that you picked up, and try and push yourself, once or twice a week without anyone, so you can put them traits inside you. When you have got yourself to a level within that fitness class and you feel like it's too easy, you have to go to the next level. So then you've got to find a class, fitness class or personal trainer or someone who's going to be able to push you to the next level. Again, when you've got the emotions, when you stay with a fitness class, you get emotionally attached. You don't want to go to the next stage because you've created friends that you enjoyed, or you've made a good relationship with that personal trainer. But if you don't move, you don't change. So then you've got to find another class that's harder than the one you're doing, or personal trainer who's going to be able to push you harder than the one that you've had, which enables you to increase the intensity, then to fear the session. And then when you want to find something you love, that's when you can just dabble around everything. So I hope that's helped. If you are in a position where you need some help and some management of how to guide you to your goal, I've created a phenomenal program that's got so much information, and I'm more than happy to walk and talk you through some of the stuff that you need to do that is going to help you with your goal. So just get in contact with me or the team, and then we'll have to jump on the phone or talk to you and guide you through what you need to do. Have a great day, guys.